What's up guys, it's Cody with 3% Technology. For this video we're going to be unboxing and doing an impressions video of the Metaform Pico Hotend. So it's by the company Metaform and it is called the Pico Hybrid Hotend. Now this hotend is different because it's different than a traditional E3D V6 type hotend because it's much smaller, so that means it can print finer detail better. We got the package that came in here. So this hotend originally started off as a Kickstarter campaign and it did pretty well for the 3D printing category, so that's kind of a hit or miss category, but it did pretty well. And recently they have launched the public sales of it, but I was able to get one of the Kickstarter hotends. The package or perk that I bought was the Pico Hybrid 24 volt 1.75mm hotend, and we got the integrated part cooling fan and the E3D extension adapter. Now this set is meant for a preset MK3 type printer, since that's one of the popular printers on the market at the moment. But I'll leave the link for the hotend information down below. But anyways, let's get started unboxing. Alright, so we got the packaging that came in. So inside we have one box, and this is the hotend. Invoice, and this appears to be the adapter. Packaging inside, thank you note, and like I mentioned before, we got the Pico Hybrid 24 volt 1.75mm, and this is probably the integrated part cooling fan and the E3D extension adapter. So here we have the, let me get it zoomed in. Here we have the fan cooling cables. And here is the fan. It's going to be an interesting piece. Because of how small it is. We got the fan on this side right here. And then this is where the hotend's going to be. And the connector cable for the extension cables. And now the part we've been waiting for, the hotend. It has a nice case. Let's see. Zoom out a bit. Yep, we got the hotend. Alright, got the hotend. One of the cables, probably the thermistor. It's the part cooling fan. This must be the heatsink fan. You can see this is the fan, and this is where the air's gonna come out through. And then it's the roof guide. But here is the actual hot end piece. We got the nozzle, the heat sink, one of the thermistor cables. See the groove for the adapter. So it looks like it's a well-built hot end. And here is the silicone sock for it. So to the side, installation guide, and extra parts. Another silicone sock, gray one. It's like a adapter board for the hot end to be able to plug into MK3 or something. Spare heat block, some adapter pieces. Some more extension cables. Some hardware like wrenches and screwdriver. The 3 pin piece. I assume this is printed with the hot end. So sit all these cables back inside. We're not going to actually be printing with this hot end today, so I need to figure out how to set up and get a printer that actually prints with it. So I assume the heatsink fan's going to something similar to this right here. And the part cooling fan's going to go something similar to this. But we'll have to look at the instructions and see how that looks. Then this cable will go here. The thermistor. It looks like this is one of the adapters. So that's what's inside the box. We got the majority of the parts unwrapped and inspected. So next step, we'll look at the instructions, see how all this assembles, and what type of requirements that it needs to be able to print with on a printer such as the MK3 or a Creality. And we'll do a size comparison for fun against the E3D V6 hot end to see how much smaller this hot end is than traditional hot ends. And in a future video, we'll hope to have it actually printing. But like I mentioned, the MK3 and some of the other printers are having maintenance issues and or hardware issues, so we're working through those as fast as we can. So comparing the hot end to other hot ends we had running around. The first one was the Priest MK3. This one happens to be a Nova 3 Passion hot end. I found that the Pico hot end was surprisingly bigger than we'd expected it to be. We thought it would have been maybe twice the size it was, but that's not taken away from the hot end capabilities. The next hot end that we compared it to was the Priest Mini. This is exactly a E3D hot end, but it is a similar size to this one. As you can see, the hat's about the same, but the mini hot is also shaped a bit different. And finally, we're comparing it to the Prism K 2.5. This is more of a E3D hot end. Alright, so that's going to conclude this video for this week. Overall, I think this is a promising hot end to try out. We're hoping in a future video to be able to try this out on one of our printers. As of right now, most of them are down for maintenance, or they don't work, so we're working on upgrading some and fixing some of the other ones. But anyways, I think this is a good, promising, smaller hot end size, and it kind of diversifies the consumer hobbyist market, if you will, and somewhat the professional side of 3D printing market, since E3D is the main one, and there's all this knockoff stuff coming from China, and like two other bigger hot end companies. So this kind of adds another player to the market. So it'll be interesting to see where they go from here and how they innovate it and market this. So expect to see a testing this hot end out in the future type video. And if I experience it right first, make sure to click subscribe and give it a thumbs up. And we'll see you guys next time.